Hello friends, I am Paul and amateur radio call sign is Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango. This is the RADDY MALAHIT receiver DSP2, the SDR receiver, which means the software defined radio. The SDR is currently the latest and most advanced technology in the radio industry. So let me open this beautiful pouch, which is a protecting pouch of this receiver, which has enough space for the radio itself and for some accessories, possibly antennas, maybe you will need on your trips. So let me open the box and we'll see. So as you can see, there are actually two floors in this pouch. Here on the bottom you can find the radio itself, and also on top floor you can see this space for an accessories, and there is, as you can see, a lot of space for possibly antenna. Okay, so let me very briefly show you what is inside this pouch. So there you can find these two extra knobs with a slightly different texture for a better grip while tuning and using the volume knob, because the original knobs on the radio are slightly different. There is not any texture on them, so this is maybe the reason. Also, you can see this portable rope, which is a leather imitation. And here on this corner you can also see an eye for mounting this portable rope. This is telescopic whip antenna and attached with the SMA male connector on it. There is head with trolley, so you can actually tile this antenna to the sides as well. The USB-C charging cable, so you can also charging this radio from your computer or possibly from your phone charger. This is the bracket, or some call it the support leg, and it has a self-adhesive tape on the back, so you can stick this leg to the back side and then you can use this radio like this. Also, you can see there the user manual, which is written completely in English only, and it is pretty good written and explained everything what you need, the features, as you can see, the beautiful colorful pictures in it, and of course the radio itself. So let me show you this radio body in detail. The body of this receiver is made of a CNC machined aluminium alloy, and it is high quality material because the radio itself weighs about 500 grams, so half of the kilo is the weight of this receiver. This is due to the body, which is completely made of aluminium and there is no plastic on it. So on the back side you can see the frequency range, which is from 10 kHz up to 380 MHz, and then 403 MHz up to 2 GHz. The modulation types, you can see the AM, SSB, DSP, CW, narrow FM and wide FM. Internal LiPo battery has 3.7 volts and 500 mAh. So you need charger, 5 volt charger and 1 amp. So as you can see that also the back cover of this radio is made of aluminium. So front contains of this big speaker which sounds amazingly. So I'm very excited how it sounds like. And there you can see also the touch screen with the logo on top. On the left side of this radio you can see the headphone socket, the USB-C charging port, the charging LED, and the standby button. And right there is the main switch. When the main switch is in off position, you cannot turn on the radio because the battery is disconnected from the main board. As you can see that this standby button is backlighted. On top of the radio we can find two antenna sockets or connectors, which are the SMA female, and the left one is the high Z connector. Right one is the 50 ohm connector. High Z means high impedance antenna, especially the long wires and so on. 50 ohm is a classic dipole, or you can have some kind of vertical antenna and so on. Here in the middle you can see also the LED, and here is explained when is blue color, that means is switched to the high Z, and when is the green color, then is switched to this 50 ohm connector. Then we have the volume knob over here, and also the frequency knob over here on the right side. And here you can see an eye for the portable rope. And as you can see, there is nothing on the right side of the radio. Oh yeah, peeling off these screen protectors is my favorite activity. Actually, I don't remember where from I purchased this foldable mobile phone stand, but I found it very good for my DSP2 receiver. So this is how it looks like. And here you can see it from the back side. And the good thing is that if you fold this stand, you can put the stand into this pouch of the receiver like this. Cool. So as a 50 ohm antenna, I'm going to use my modified OM0ET MC20 MagLoop antenna, which I use mainly for receivers. And also I'm going to use this stock antenna, which is the telescopic whip. So this is gonna be a high Z antenna in this case. So this is the vertical whip. I'm going to use it as a high Z antenna, and the magnetic loop is gonna be here, but I had to purchase this BNC to SMA male adapter, as the DSP2 doesn't have the BNC socket. So currently I have connected two antennas, and I'm able to switch between high Z and 50 ohm antenna in the menu. Okay, so let's finally turn on this radio. Short press of the standby button. Here on the left side you will see the Malahit Team bootloader, which is the original firmware inside, so you are able to update the firmware when will be new released on the original website of a developer in Russia. Okay, so here you can see the main screen of this radio, which is absolutely fantastic. This screen is very bright. So here you can see the spectrum scope, waterfall, and the frequency over here, and the features currently turned on or off. So here you can see the filter wide, the volume level, attenuator level, the mode is the upper sideband mode, preamp is turned on currently, AGC on the middle, and the noise reduction is currently turned on. These all features you can find here on top, and on the bottom there is the main menu. So if you go to the radio menu, a lot of features over here you can see. The most interesting feature in here is the preamp, which is very helpful. You will see that. And the RF gain, together with the preamp, they are working pretty good even with a weak antenna. So here you can switch the speaker to headphones on the side or speaker on the front of the radio. Switch antenna. So here you can switch between 50 ohm antenna or high Z antenna. So if you wish to use the left one or the right one. Then we have attenuator, which attenuates strong signals. This is the bias when you use some kind of external equipment like external antenna amplifier or low noise amplifier. It's recommended to be turned off if you are not using anything like this. RF gain, EMI reduction, this decreased the refresh rate of the screen, which should make a little less noise produced by the screen. Here we can see we can correct the frequency with this feature over here. Also we can correct the S-meter or calibrate the S-meter with this button. Beep level, NCO enabled. This is very good feature, very useful. Those of you who are maybe using the ICOMS transceiver, you know that when you are tuning the radio, you can operate this radio in this mode. So the whole panorama on the screen is fixed to the screen, and you're just moving here the frequency across the panorama. If you turn off this feature, you will see that whole screen is moving while the frequency is here in the center. So I found that the first option is much better for me, especially when I'm looking for a weak signals. So the NCO feature is in my case enabled, and now I'm just moving with this cursor here on the screen. It is very easy to find any weak signals because this waterfall is not moving anymore. Alright, then we have the indication type, so we can choose between the signal noise ratio or dBm, activity timer, and the Bluetooth connection. I didn't test the Bluetooth connection, actually I don't know how. If you go to the audio settings, you can see these all features. So you can see the noise blanker, which is currently turned off. And the noise blanker is used when you have a pulsing noise. AGC here, so you can change the timing on the AGC, middle, fast or long. Also you can play with the slope here on the AGC, which makes sometimes pretty good enhancement on receive. Also very interesting thing is the equalizer on this receiver, which is very good to be heard on this pretty large speaker over here. And also especially when you are listening to the FM broadcast station. VFM stereo, that should be turned on. Wide FM stereo, mainly for the headphones, and pseudo stereo is currently enabled. Let me tell you what is this pseudo stereo. If you are listening this radio on earphones, you can actually hear the sound from the headphones like the signal is somewhere in the middle of the head. But if you switch on the pseudo stereo, you have a feeling like the signal is not standing in the center, but the signal is now on both sides of your ears. You feel much better while you are tuning this radio. So definitely it is worth to try this feature, and I recommend to use it, especially not only when you are using the headphones. Then we have the filter settings, so you can choose between 3 filters like narrow, normal and wide. And here you can adjust the lowest frequency and the highest frequency within this filter. So you can adjust every single filter by these 2 numbers. So if you are on the wide filter and you wish to hear even wider filters, so you can go up to 4, maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, oh my gosh, 10, 11, 12 kilohertz and so on. So yeah, for a single sideband I recommend to use maximum 4 kilohertz, but 4 kilohertz is quite a lot for a single sideband. So I think that 3 or 3.5 it's quite enough for wide filter. Okay, next, 50 Hz you are not able to hear much difference on this speaker. Squelch, this is mainly used on FM, so there is some threshold set to 30. It depends on the local noise. Visual, so here is the brightness, minimum brightness, maximum brightness, and the time when this screen goes to the sleep mode or to the minimum brightness. In my case it is disabled right now, but you can set it to the maximum 300 seconds. Minimum is 5 seconds. Okay, waterfall gamma, you can play with many presets. I use classic and so on. This is the average for spectrum scope, and the grid. If you wish to use the grid on the spectrum scope, you can enable it. If you wish to turn off this grid, these vertical lines, turn it off, and you see that these lines gone on the screen. Okay, here's the scale for these 2 screens. Here is this ratio, so pan percent means that the ratio is changing right now. I changed to 50 to 50 or 50-50, and if I change it to 70%, you see that the screen of this spectrum scope is larger than on the waterfall. Okay, so many more features. So we can play with the waterfall gain, for the spectrum scope fill or not, which means that this spectrum scope here is just a line, but I need to set to 50-50, and now I turn off or enable this fill. You see that the spectrum scope is filled with the color. Next we have the noise reduction and the mode. Here you can see the modes which is this radio able to work. So CW, DSB, USB, LSB, AM, CW decoder, FTA decoder and RTTY decoder, narrow FM and wide FM. And the band, so here you can see the stack of the bands presets. With this upper knob you can rotate these band stacks. You see here the pages, so it has 5 pages, and each one or each preset actually you can edit. If you long press of this button, you can change the name of this preset, squelch, and so on. So okay, it's saved. Okay, and we are back in the radio. Okay, now let me show you the difference when you are using this built-in antenna, actually like a built-in antenna, because this is the telescopic whip on the high Z connector, and if you are using an external antenna, 50 ohm antenna over here, there will be difference mainly in the fact that the built-in antenna or whip antenna, which is very close to the receiver and the screen, is picking up more noise from the screen than the external antenna. Other thing is also that the magnetic loop antenna has a little bigger gain than this vertical, but let me see what the difference is.
Okay, my friend, thank you.
So as you can see, that the signal is much better on receive from an external antenna. But in case you don't have an external antenna, also this whip is a good solution, because there is one option you can do. On the side of this radio you can see this standby button. So if you push the standby button, you will turn off the screen, and then the noise will go on even on this whip antenna, as you can see here. And now let me show you how the equalizer works on this built-in speaker on this radio.
Галина Василий, нулевой, КБО, страна Уэльщина, возле Лампетера китаец. Лампетер, на приеме.
So maybe there is not a really big difference between these audio presets, but if you wear headphones, there you will notice the difference on the headphones. But the sound from the speaker is excellent, and I have to say that it is the best of the every receivers I have ever had in my hands. So this has a beautiful speaker and beautiful sound from it. And now I will show you something very special what is on this receiver, and this is the feature called noise reduction. The noise reduction feature on this radio is the best I ever heard. It is even better than on my ICOM 7610 transceiver, which is much more expensive radio and more bigger radio, but the noise reduction on this tiny MALAHIT DSP2 from RADDY ODT is the best one. So let's have a look.
Negative. Call sign is 5 Bravo 4 Yankee Oscar Tango Alpha.
And this is noise reduction on, as you can see.
Behind the microphone. I've heard that before, so I'll keep going. Anyway, 73 until next time. 90 Whiskey Tango with declining.
If you go to the audio setting over here, and the noise reduction threshold is currently set to maximum 30 level. But if you go to lower level like 20, there is a little distortion, but this is due to its maximum set. So I think 20 or 25, it's quite enough.
Line America 0 Kilo Golf contact. Foxtrot 1 Tango Papa Lima. Line Alpha 0 Kilo Golf. 9 America 0 Kilo Golf contact. Line Alpha 0 Kilo Golf. 9 America 0 Kilo Golf contact. Foxtrot 1 Tango Papa Lima. 9 Alpha 0 Kilo Golf. 9 America 0 Kilo Golf contact. Foxtrot 1 Tango Papa Lima.
And this is the AM broadcast station.
小胡说啊，当时您拎着鞭子撒腿就跑啊！人家小胡可是国家2级短跑运动员呐，就是没追上您呐。我这不是已经不扯辫子了吗？啊，从昨天起我就改成广场舞了。好，改了最好啊。不过跳舞归跳舞，你也得多留点神，别到头来再弄出个什么作风问题来。是。哦，这一点你放心啊，我的人精一向都挺注意的。爸，我是街道干部，又是您的儿子，有些话我不好说的太重啊。
And here you can see the wide FM and the FM broadcast station.
Určite tohto roku forma na to je, aby sme to zabojovali, ale hlavne chceme poučiť z Tokia, kde mi ten deň vôbec nesadol a skončil som skoro niekde úplne ku koncu a bola dosť taká strelecká katastrofa aj moja športová v kariére, takže nemyslíme na to a hlavne chceme sa na to pripraviť a podať čo najlepší výkon.
A ešte jedna aktualita z našej výpravy, kde nastala jedna zmena. Chodca Miroslava Úradníka, ktorý má zastavenú činnosť pre nezrovnalosti v biologickom pase, nahradí Michal Morvaj, bude náhradníkom na miešanú chodeckú štafetu. So zmenou súhlasila komisia, v ktorej má zastúpenie Medzinárodný olympijský výbor, Svetová atletika aj organizačný výbor.
This radio sounds amazingly here on the FM, on the wide FM. So here is the strong Hungarian station, which the signal is plus 20, and it is very interesting to know that on the VHF, UHF and on these higher frequencies you can only use this antenna, so the 50 ohm antenna, not high Z antenna. So let me show you the selectivity on VHF or on FM band.
4 kemény borítású teniszpálya mellett 2 squash pálya is kialakításra került, és a csarnok mellett további kemény borítású teniszpályákat, illetve klasszikus halakpályákat is felújítottuk a strand röplabda pálya mellett, hiszen héten mondhatni becsengetnek, elindul az, amire 2017 óta készülünk, az Európai Egyetemi Játékok, amelynek a nyitó rendezvényének a Miskolci Egyetem adott a záró rendezvény. Összekozosan indítottak be a pályázatot, és nyertük el a rendezésnek a jogát. A sportág fog versenyezni, ez egy nagy multi.
So I would say that 150 kilohertz and the signal is gone. This is an airband.
Mason 3057, register radar. Good evening, radar contact. Runner 3 Uniform Victor, command follow 350.
Noise reduction.
Flight level 350 and heading 125 to avoid. Thank you. And if able, request stand 330 due to service. Bye.
Díky, bravo, Bratislava, dobrý den, ahojte. Rozhování sopky povolené, vstupaně, kosaně a prechod na vlastnou těž povolený, do počutia. Panorman 006, proceed RQ 0611. 06, proceed RQ 0611.
Του Βασίλη, απλά κάποιες συχνότητες είναι λίγο πρεσαρισμένος ο Βασίλης. Εγώ αυτό ακούω. Έλα Δημήτρη. Αυτό το είπα και εγώ πως αυτό.
EQ Delta Contest, Hotel Alpha 7 Kilo Radio, Hotel Alpha 7 Kilo Radio.
15 punktów do akcji dyplomowej. Stefan Natalia 100, Roman Paweł Olgatu, Stanisław Paweł 7, Karol Ewa Dorota, Piotrka 9 i stacja okolicznościowa od klubu Halina.
Εδώ ένα κινητήρα 451. 1-2, κινητήρα 4-5 για να δω τώρα είναι αυτό. Λοιπόν, ένα λεπτό λίγο. 1-2, 1-2, 3-4-5, 4-5, ένα δικημί, 1-2-1, ένα δικημί. Θες τον θα το βρω. Θα κάνω κάτι δοκιμούλες μισό λεπτάκι λίγο.
For you 5x917. 17, thanks you number 5973. Thank you for 73, all the best. QRZ, this is 9 Alpha 3 Lima Echo Delta. CQ contest, CQ contest, this is 9 Alpha 3 Lima.
Yeah, you can notice a little bug on this receiver which I found on the on FT8 demodulation. As you can notice, a little lags. There is a lag when a new station appear on the screen. Let's see again. So, as you maybe heard, there is a lag all the time when the new stations appears on the screen. Hope that the next firmware update will fix this problem. So let's hope. But the FTA decoding is pretty awesome here on this receiver. So you're able to see here the call sign or the message. Here you can see the call sign. Here you can see the country, which is this station coming from. Also some locator, I think, and a signal to noise ratio. That is really nice feature. And here you can see the long waves on the whip antenna and the high Z socket.
Przed mikrofonem Grzegorz Maciak. Dzisiejsza audycja powstała we współpracy z Kościołem Polsko-Katolickim. 160 lat temu powstał budynek parafii polsko-katolickiej Zmartwychwstania Pańskiego w Bydgoszczy. Modląca się tu wspólnota świętuje więc w tym roku rocznicę tego wydarzenia. Witam serdecznie i zapraszam na spotkanie, które ma nam pomóc odkryć bogactwo życia religijnego i kulturalnego tej grupy oraz tych, którzy byli gospodarzami tego miejsca przed polsko-katolikami. Naszym przewodnikiem będzie ksiądz Piotr Kowalczyk, proboszcz parafii Zmartwychwstania Pańskiego. Witam serdecznie.
Witam serdecznie, szczęść Boże.
Świątynia, o której mówimy, mieści się przy ulicy Śniadeckich 36 i powstała w XIX wieku. Był to pierwszy budynek sakralny w tym rejonie. Dodajmy, że dziś to śródmieście Bydgoszczy. Najpierw modlili się tu wierni Zjednoczenia Apostolskiego. Co to za wspólnota?
Wow, that's truly amazing how sensitive this radio is on the long waves and on just this little whip antenna. Maybe if you have seen the ATS receivers videos I have done in the past, there is nothing to be comparable with this Malahit receiver. Absolutely fantastic receive on the long waves. Just a little problem here, not a little, it's a huge problem, this noise on the screen. Yeah, this is the noise which is coming from the screen, and as you had seen that when I turned off the screen, this noise is gone and you are able to receive signals on AM much better. Let's go to the middle waves as well.
Ați ascultat emisiunea Conviețuiri, dedicată astăzi comunității bulgare din vestul țării. Urmează emisiunea România de nota 10. Ați fost mii de persoane cu dizabilități pe iaht sau pe pârtie. Ați știți un ghid despre cum să adaptezi o cameră de hotel cu numai 700 de lei pentru turiștii în scaun rulant. Iar în vara aceasta se pregătește taxul.
De később meg viszonylag hamar megtelt ugye azzal a tartalommal, amit a házkar csinált.
1981-es tánc és popdal fesztiválon, ugye, hogy meg slágerek láttak a világot, mint a Boldogság, Csén Cserháti Zsuzsát, szóljon hangosan az ének Soltész Rezső előadásában, és Ungár Limbó hintója, feltűnt az eseményen 4 bábúnak maszkírozott fiatalember, akik merőben szokatlannal rukkoltak elő. Hogyan definiálták?
Multe reușite, dar și cu multe acțiuni în care, ținând prea mult balonul, atacul echipei sale. Poziție de decar în spatele lui Colici, l-am mai văzut jucând evident în partea de cupul Paradela, în dreapta joacă Bană, deja mă uit spre băncile celor două echipe.
And also the NDB signals. And this is the noise reduction, turn it on. Wow, it is so satisfying to listen the long waves and middle waves without the noise, but I have to turn off the screen on the radio, as you had seen. So definitely long waves, middle waves would be much better to listen to on some external antenna to avoid noise from the screen.
Oscar Kilo 7 Papa Sierra, you are 5924. Thank you very much for 38 QRZ.
2 Echo 1 Delta Hotel Japan.
CQ contact 5 Bravo 4 Yankee Oscar Tango Alpha. 7 X-ray 5 again.
CQ Yota Contest. CQ Contest. Italy, Tokyo 9, Florida, Italia, Quebec, Indiana, Tokyo 9, Foxtrot, Italy, Queen, CQ Yota Contest.
Grazie mille per questo QSO, 73 saluti cordiali per te, per tutti i componenti familiari e spero di ascoltarti nuovamente per la frequenza. Grazie mille, ciao 73 della Eco Alfa 3 Kilo Eco.
Muchas gracias.
Ciao carissimo Giovanni, grazie mille a te 73, bye bye. E chi guarda Eco Alfa 3 Kilo Eco?
Very, very nice signal from the Cyprus into the UK. Your number is 5656, Roger.
United Alpha 6 Yankee, Roger.
Yankee November.
Well, here I'm trying to decode the CW signals because this receiver has CW decoder. If you go to the mode, and here CW decoder is switched on, and I can set the minimum SNR or signal to noise ratio. I have set it to 0, but as you can see, the dark line appeared right under the spectrum scope, and here I should be able to read the message, but unfortunately I don't see anything right there, so I don't know why. Definitely signal is strong here, and also noise reduction is turned on. As you can see, I set the filter to 500 Hz only, and signal is visible here, but still no text. Noise reduction on, and still nothing here. So I don't know why. Maybe you know. If you know, write me into comments. Well, what do you think, guys, about this MALAHIT DSP2 receiver from RADDY DT? My opinion is that this is the best portable radio as I ever had in my hands. So if you consider 5000 mAh battery built-in, There is a beautiful working noise reduction in this radio. It is really wideband receiver, which is working from 10 kHz up to 2000 megahertz or 2 gigahertz with a little gap in the middle. Also, it has a really big screen on this radio. It is completely made of aluminium, so no plastic. It has a very good working speaker on the bottom. Beautiful sound, even on single sideband or FM broadcast. It has 2 antenna inputs. It has high-Z circuitry inside. Wow, so many things. Just the price tag is set a little bit higher. The price tag is somewhere around $400. But if you are looking for really good radio, professionally made and professionally working, this is the right one. If you are looking for some more informations, links, go down into the video description. So thank you very much for watching, for your patience, and I hope to meet you and see you next time in my next video. So 7-3 and have a good day.